Good afternoon. It's March 31st, 2023, and today we had an uptrend day. Um, I think the way I was looking at it earlier was this yellow channel, but then a little later it looked like this transparent channel. The midline looks like it's holding, and prices responded to it, I think, 4 times. So pretty sure that's the channel most people were playing. Not a whole lot of trades, unfortunately, but that's just the way it is. So let's take a look at these and wrap up the week. Um, Overnight looked like it was a range. So 5 o'clock comes in. I think in this sideways stuff. Yeah, right about here. So we have what looks like a break and a move to a new high, but you do get a second entry long here, so maybe you take that. I mean, I was looking at it like a range, so if it's a range, we're probably going to go up and test these highs. It looked like a range because of this midline getting tested, and then we made a strong leg up above the midline, and we tested midline a couple times on this side. So maybe you take that, but that's also, that's another thing, is it's right before the news item. So probably not a good idea, but I'm going to leave it green. Then the news item hits. You have a breakout to the high side that fails, and you get this lower high, technically a failure as well. Super bearish bar. If you're willing to take something in that, okay, so that's 15 minutes after the news item. I think you take that. That looks like a trap to me. So, yeah, I like that. And then we come down, we bounce. It was really hard to spot this yellow channel until up here. But yeah, we bounce, and it starts going higher, and it's just a bunch of dojis and overlap, congestion, no good setups. But then you do get a second entry long, and that looks very close to this potential key entry point. I mean, really, it gets confirmed right here, but you don't know that. So it's near that. That midline looks like it's responding. So I marked it blue. Good signal bar. Looks like it's low risk. 6 ticks, yeah. And then we just go sideways. And you get a bunch of tests down here before it breaks out to the high side, fails, comes back, makes a higher low, and then it goes on. I don't think you can take this higher low. I mean, it looks like a breakout pullback. This is really where the tight congestion started. So maybe you take that one. But I don't think you want to. But anyway, it keeps going higher. This is technically a failure. But those are dojis. 3 dojis in a row. Not a comforting feeling. We get this double test of this range. It's a double test at the trend channel, but the signal bar is no good. So you can't take that. And then you get a failure right here, and I marked it green because you're going right into the highs. So if there was room to the highs, that would be blue. And it takes off, and no setups in here, unfortunately. And then it continues higher. Again, you get this breakout pullback, so maybe that's actually a failure. Maybe you consider that one. It's a runaway. At this point, it looks like a runaway uptrend. So, maybe you consider that. But I probably would have been playing the range like this as opposed to this midline. But it also looks like a repeat pattern of this one. So maybe you take that. I don't think I'm going to mark it. I was considering it, but I don't think so. Then you get a failed second entry long right here. Don't go long yet. Or short, excuse me. Don't go short yet. come here, lower high off the trend channel, lower high off the trend channel, and you get the failure right here. Maybe you consider that one because this is a clear channel down. But look, that's when it traps everybody. And that's why you don't want to go short in an uptrend. So I'll mark that as super aggressive, but and then we're going here. You got a second entry short that is probably traps all the people here. I don't know. I wasn't watching in real time, but you get this second entry short. And turns out this looks like a range. We get this bounce off this support. Oh, shoot, perhaps you take that one too, this failure. You can't take this second entry short because it's an outside bar, but then you get the failure, and we're expecting a new low from this channel. So you might take that. And we come down here, and we bounce off that support. You make this leg up, and that looks like one leg to me. So you can see there is a close outside and a move to a new high, though. But it looks like a move where we're going to try and test these highs. So when we make this leg down and it fails to go lower and you get this second entry long, that's a super bullish bar. That looks like a trap. It closes above the EMA. That looks like a trap to me. And now I'm seeing this is actually a second entry, so this is a higher low. But I like this one, to be completely honest. And then you get the failure right here. I just wasn't looking for a failure because it looked like a range to me. And you can see we hit this measured move. Unfortunately, you wouldn't have gotten a runner. At least on this bar, you wouldn't have gotten a runner. Maybe you would have. So if you went long on this bar, perhaps you would have gotten a runner. It looks like you would have, actually. But not on this one, unfortunately. So now it looks like we're running into some resistance, but that's how I saw it today. Another move up today. Not the easiest week to trade, pretty slow, and you have to be patient a lot of these days. So I hope everyone had a great day, and I'll be back on Monday.